I'm going to do this for the women.
Amen.
I'm always thinking of the women. I heard my pastor say one time, he said, I laughed because when he said it, I was sitting there with my eyes bulged over, I ain't know what to think. He said, if you want to have a church, if you want to have your church toe up, just give it over to the women. And when he said that, I was like, what? You know, I'm sitting there, I'm a woman. I had to go home and pray, bind the devil, you know what I'm saying? But when I started to actually think about it, we have always been incubators and bag carriers. We carry pocketbooks. We just carry things. And God was like, y'all need to throw them bags down. Y'all need to put them bags down. So I wrote a play called Bag Lady. And it was about women, you know, to lay the bags down. But this piece right here helped me and other women that heard it stop being so judgmental. And when God actually gave me this piece, I just started looking at people for who they are and not what my expectations demanded they be. I let people be who they are, and I receive them that way. And it just relieves you, it releases you. So anyway, when we see ourselves as that person, I could have been, you know, that could have been me, it'll ease it off for you a little bit. So the name of this is Every Woman. I saw a woman the other day who was selling her body for money. But as I stood to judge her, I began to look at myself. Isn't that funny? And I questioned myself, why does she feel that she should do such a thing? But I guess with life, we all make decisions according to the trials that life brings. And then I came upon a woman who was eating her lunch out of a trash can. And I questioned, how could this happen to this lady? And then I pondered my own inability to stand. And great compassion filled my heart with sorrow as dark as a never-ending hole in the earth. Does what you wear and where you find your dinner determine your self-worth? And then on my way to work one day, I saw a woman driving a Mercedes in the very lap of luxury. And though her car was a thing of grace, in her face were signs of tension and misery. So for a moment, I took my concentration off of the car and onto her face. And again, I considered myself. For in my pursuit of things, I put everything else in the waste in this rat race. And then one day, while in a line at my favorite store, I began to explore the conversation of the young woman in front of me as she talked with her friend about the sin she felt in the heat in her car on the back seat. I wondered to myself, why would she carry on for so very long, knowing that even strangers could hear her story? But in her heart, the man that took her body had also taken her glory. And here she was in a public place, losing face, trying to sound good to her friends, covering her own hurt and pain with loud laughter and a fake grin. And as I stood with compassion in my heart, but for the grace of God, there I go again. And while attending a poetry function, I came upon a woman that had 4 kids and she was alone. So I asked myself, would she have had so many kids if her future alone she would have known? The children's clothes was dirty and they were very loud. And over the mother's head seemed to be a dark cloud. And in myself I said, children left to themselves will bring their mother to an open shame. But tell me, in this situation, who will carry the blame? The father for not being there at all, or the mother for not being strong? But then again, this could have been my sad song, especially if God's love for me had gone. So now when I hear the words to this simple song, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I can do it naturally. Yes, me. I could have been every woman. The potential is all in me. But through God's grace and mercy, He would not let that be. Because truly in me lies the potential to be all of these women and more. But because of God's faithfulness, He wouldn't allow the enemy to open that door. And I truly believe if we begin to see each other through these eyes, that but through the grace of God, there go I. And if we know that we as women have the potential to be every woman we encounter from day to day, we will be a little more careful of how we handle each other and even the words we say. And instead of judging and competing with other women and seeing them as less than you, we will begin to glorify God, because it could have been you wearing her shoes. So again, I say, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything that you've done, baby, I could have done it naturally, but God. Amen.